Hey yo, shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yehovah, Yehoshua. This is Chris, Holy Man FX. All right, so you know how this is how you get the concept of the SSL 9000 inside of Studio One. Okay, so in Reason, this is the concept where you got the bus compressor on the master, right? Now listen what I'm saying. I said concept. I ain't say nothing about this XSL sound like the SSL 9000. Okay, people got to listen very carefully. I didn't say that. This Reason do not sound like the SSL 9000, but this bus compressor sound pretty good. But what's the concept? What's the purpose of that? That's what we want to talk about. What's the purpose and the concept of it? What a lot of people don't understand is that after you mix your whole song, right? After you mix your whole song to the best you like it, sound great. When you bring that bus compressor in, before you master, this is before you master the music. This ain't after you master. This is before. This is how you rig it in. Now you can do what you want to do, but this is before you master. You put that bus compressor on the whole mix, and what it does is squeeze the music together and make it sound together, right? That's what I do. Now, I'm gonna show you. Then also before I use the bus compressor, aggressively, what I do on my tracks, whatever I record, if I got a lot of vocal tracks or instrument tracks, I make a bus of those tracks, right? And then I would add a certain type of a glue compressor on that bus track to squeeze that beat together and squeeze those vocals together, make them sound as a whole, make them sound as one, right? And then when you put the bus on here, it makes all the music sound squeezed together, sound as a whole, is what I'm saying. So this is the concept. It do not sound like the SSL console, but it has the SSL workflow, but this compressor right here sound great. That's what I'm saying. So now how do you get this same concept inside Studio One? So now in Studio One, same thing. If you're mixing, if you was mixing and everything and you got all your tracks, hold on, you mixing ABC. Let's go put 10 tracks on there randomly, just to kind of, and so you got all your tracks and you mixing A, B, C, and D and stuff like that. And you done. So in Studio One, you got something called the Mix FX. So you have the Mix Legends. You got the Alpine Desk, the Brick Console, the Console Shaper, the CT1, the Porter Cassette. So let's show you what they look like. This is the Porter Cassette, right? This do not come with Studio One. You have to buy it, to add with it and everything. It's on the website, but I think they took it off the website and put it, some other companies and everything. You got the Alpine Desk that represent the Alpine Desk. This is another board of a popular mixer board that was used. That concept, you can tell the way it looked. They get that same concept, right? You got that one. You have the Brick Console, the concept emulate the British console, A, B, C, and D. You got that one, right? You have the, this is their own stock one, the Console Shaper. This is their first joint that they add to it. This is the first one. And then they stepped it up and added the CTC one joint for the Console Shaper and everything, right? So you got these options. So what I do after I finish mixing, before I master, I add one of these on here to give it a certain type of sound, give it a certain type of squeeze, that glue sound. And then also you can get your tracks. You can add your tracks to a bus like this, right? Hold on, did I do it right? Hold on, what did I just do? Okay, hold on, let me go back. So what you got to do, you add your tracks in. I press P because I got to set up that way to a folder into a bus track, right? And then let's do this. No, did I still do something wrong? Hold on, I think I did. Oh, okay, here we go. Because once you add it to a bus folder type track, then now you get the option on that track. So for all these songs that's in here, like as you see, when I close it and I open it up, you see all these tracks inside of that bus. So a lot of the time you want to kind of like color this a certain way because In Studio One, it's a it looks a little confusion. You know what I'm saying? You'd be thinking like these are the tracks, but you got to really zoom in and click this, and now you see the tracks. So that's why it's better to kind of like, you know, get all these tracks. Hold on right quick. Let's color these a different one. And now you can kind of get an idea that all these tracks is together. So you get those, and once you color them a certain way like that, then you kind of like can see, you know, see in Reason, that's a little better. You know, it's a little different. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You go to Reason and you get all these tracks right here. Let me show you the difference. So for example, let's say I got these tracks and they the same daggone color, you know, blue, right? If I want to add a bus to these and I right click and I go right here and add new bus. So I name this, you know, vocal bus. You see how that track is green, but you can see this green tab on top of those tracks. See how simple, see how dope that is? Like the green is on top. So you already know what's on that regardless of what color is these. You can already see what the bus is on top of. And you can also get that and change it to the same color if you want to. You know, that's what I'm talking about. So inside of Studio One, which that would have been a little better, you know, if that makes sense. Oh, damn, I just did the wrong thing. Hold on right quick. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to this tab in the way right here. And I should have. What the fuck? I can't even move this tab out the way just to click on the damn bottom thing, man. That's weird. Okay, I gotta fix that. I gotta change that. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so now, yeah, so you notice that when you open these, this is the bus track, right? And it's like, okay, only way you know if it's a bus track because this is blue. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is blue. You know, something like that. No, so it's pros and cons of that, if that makes sense, to y'all. You know, so yeah, so you got to color the right way because it's kind of hard to identify. So now if you name this, I guess, vocal bus, now you'll see it right here. You know, I wish they had like a better label, like how they got it inside Reason. That'd be more dope. Now you can't put icons on here to know, like, for example, like what I would do, I would go right here and add that to let you know, like, this is a bus track. And I know on these tracks right here, of course, that'd be, you know, the mic or microphone or, you know, something of vocals or A, B, C, and D, something like that. So it'd be easy to identify what's what, because it's, you know, when you close that folder, you're like, okay, it's a little weird. Y'all see what I'm talking about. But the point is, not to get off the subject, go left field. But yeah, when you want that same concept of the analog sound, now even on the tracks right here, you click right here, you can still add it on that bus track. Because you can't add these on a regular track. They're not made for that. They're made to make your whole mixer sound a certain way, right? So you can add these on the regular track, right? And then once you add them on the regular track, now you can go add it on the bus, you know, the master part, give it that certain squeeze, that glue sound. And then once you're done with your song, done mixing your song, then that's when you get it. You go up here, you add it to the project. And then you send it over to the mastering side. That's what I do. Now, you can stay right here and master the whole song right here. Right? But me, I send it over to the mastering side. You know, go right here, go to the process. Boom. We're going to take this to the desktop because we ain't going to need this. All right. Boom, boom. You know, right to the mastering side. Boom. So now I'm on the mastering side. I don't know why it's doing that because there ain't no music in here. But oh well. Let's just go through the process. I'm talking about 10 damn minutes, but now it won't happen because it's about to be done right now. So now you're on the mastering side, and then you can do that you can start doing your own work, A, B, C, and D. You know, so that's just the way I workflow. That's how I do it. You know, a lot of people don't use this side unless they're just using, mastering the whole album or EP or something. Because really, that's what mastering is. Mastering technically is mastering the whole album. It ain't really just mastering the one song. You know, you could go check that up and read about that and stuff. Even though you still can master a song, but technically when you master, it's really mastering a whole album, right? An EP or LP, shit like that. So yeah, that's just the concept, man. You know, you come back, and that's how you do it. That's how you get the concept of that same process of the SSL 9000 bus. Y'all be good. Shalom. Tell me what y'all think.